Well, it's all right if you say something or other.
Yes, today, um, December 6th, 1949, we're going to have an oil change on the car. And we're going to have a new muffler put on. Today we're having our Auto Mechanics Course 101 by Mal Fuller, auto expert. And this is our new Concord.
The mechanics are sometimes strong with colorful language. I'll do the best I can.
Okay, I trust that you will.
Here too.
That's right. So we have to move back so Mr. Fuller can pull the car in onto the left.
One from time to time, so you'll get an idea what's going on. First thing we try to do is to get the car into the air. The lift is very safe as long as the car is properly positioned on it. Well, we take all this time.
Have you ever had a car come off the lift, Ben?
No, that's because they take all this time.
But it has happened in other garages. So now we're going to go up. This lift is operated by hydraulic oil pressure, is what lifts the cylinders to lift the car. And the oil is pushed around in turn. It's making it go up by air pressure. And that's why you hear air, as I let it in the lift. And that's why that compressor in the corner is going to turn on again in a minute to replenish the compressed air that's pushing the oil that's raising the car.
How much does our car weigh, do you know?
This car here probably weighs about 3,600 pounds with all its fluids. But if you guys would like to look underneath your car, now you don't want to get up against these posts because they're oily. If you'd like to look underneath, it's perfectly safe to do so. Which consists of the motor. This is the oil sump for the motor right here. The motor starts a little bit farther ahead than this piece of framework and comes to here. This ends the motor. This rounded area is called the bell housing because it looks kind of like a bell. And inside of that is the torque converter, which is part of your automatic transmission. This is the oil sump for the automatic transmission.
Now wait, when you say oil sump, there, that's where the oil sits?
Rests, yep. That's the reservoir of oil to supply this for the motor, this for the transmission. This part of the transmission here is called the tail shaft, which is sort of well named too, like the bell housing, because it looks like the tail of something or other.
Maybe, Julia, if you come around here, you can see that.
Then the power leaves the transmission, which selects gears for the speed that you're going down the road, and travels through this long shaft. It's called the drive shaft. And it turns, just as I'm turning it, and the wheels turn too, see?
See the wheels turning?
One wheel turns anyway. We'll get into that in a minute.
There we go.
Drive shaft travels along,
You want.
carrying the power from the motor into the rear axle, which is like a crossroad where power that was going this way can go through axles that go this way and out to the wheels.
Okay, now what are these blue things that I see?
Blue things, those are shock absorbers. Everybody see, there's a better view of a blue thing up there, as your mother calls it. That's a shock absorber. That keeps the car from bouncing uncontrollably over terrible roads. Instead, when you hit a bump, it only bounces once. If you didn't have those, when you hit a bump, it would be like dropping a rubber ball. It would go boing, 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 boing like that. And cars with bad shock absorbers do that, and everybody gets car sick, and it's difficult to control the car. This car has nice new shock absorbers on it. There's one in each corner, one by each wheel, to dampen the bumps in the road. So, now we're going to go to work on it a little bit. What we're going to do today, we're going to change the exhaust from this point all the way back. We're going to change this muffler. Tailpipe isn't even here anymore. I think it's still over in the corner. We took it off from your mother the other day. Yeah, 10:30 or 10:40. I think 10:40. Don't forget the CD2.
Those cans are
Yeah, yellow can, and a plug system. These things here are very powerful. When it's hooked to the air hose, which it isn't, I pull it, looks like a gun. When I pull the trigger, this end is going to go like that. It's pretty noisy too. I call it the air-powered woodpecker. And with this chisel, we're going to try to peel back the crummy piece of exhaust without hurting the good piece of exhaust, so that we can break the thing apart. Tearing the metal away. Only the metal that you don't want to save so far. And so this, when I get the other end of this undone, it's ready to drop out from underneath the car.
So this sleeve was all the way back here.
Right to the line that you see, yeah. And the new pipe will go on over just that same area and be clamped. So it's not a threat.
Well done, well done. You can see why, because what did he have to work on? He had to work on that pipe. If he had to work on it both ends and try not to destroy the muffler at the same time, that would have been harder.
Here we have a new muffler.
Wow.
The company that makes these, there aren't very many companies that make mufflers to replace on cars. They're not the same as the muffler that came on the car. The muffler that came on the car probably lasted 7 or 8 years. The one I just took off is probably only a couple of years old. But they do guarantee. Before I get up underneath the car where I have to struggle, where I might use bad language, I always try to pre-assemble to make sure everything fits together as it's intended. That fits in there, so I know I'm not going to have a hard time up underneath the car. If it doesn't fit, I can do certain things about it. I can make this pipe bigger, I can make this opening bigger, whatever it takes to make it fit. Because sometimes at the factory, they don't do the best job in the world of having everything fit in like it's supposed to.
No, he's going to come clean it before, doesn't he? Okay,
I'm
now
looking
you
for
take
something
care of
extra.
Jen.
What happened?
And Fran, you're in charge of Sarah.
What's wrong?
I think his socket's
Isn't it a beautiful car?
A deceased possum or something. Nonetheless, it's beginning to look like an exhaust system. It'll move with it, or eventually just break off. So it's all kind of rocking and rolling underneath.
And that's why when my engine was misfiring, I saw that vibration because it was beyond.
Freedom.
Yeah, it was beyond.
I don't want it to be in the wrong position, so it hits on the axle. I've never been videotaped before.
If you want a copy,
I'm not sure.
let us know. We'll.
I might like to see it once, but I think they don't have seen enough, probably. But you'll be wrong.
Then you find out he can't fix cars.
Or, yeah. I mean, it'll take a while to learn whatever that person's shortcomings are.
But those clamps are perfect, right?
These clamps are perfect. The engine has an oil pump that pumps the oil. And it circulates the oil around the motor the way your blood circulates around your body. From there on, the analogy isn't as good because oil in your body doesn't lubricate. I mean, blood in your body doesn't lubricate your body, but oil in an engine does lubricate it. That keeps the metal parts from wearing on each other and the engine wearing out. Flips it, starting up, get it all shattered.
Can't you see?
Nothing we can do about that.
How
That's
much
it.
oil?
Well, this one holds 5 quarts, different motors hold different amounts. Sean is unscrewing the oil filter.
Ew.
Oh, sick. Sorry.
It's bleeding.
And,
No problem.
we'll put a new one on. There's all different kinds of oil filters. We have to look them up for each car and hope that we have them. Good morning.
Do you see the white thing he just put in?
And they always move a little
Where?
bit easily
Right there, see?
and stuff, and you gotta put it back in. If it was summertime, I would have gone downtown and got some more 10W40 oil, 10W40.
So it's
viscosity.
affected more by the weather than by the warming of the motor?
Yeah, yeah, and in the summertime, when you use the air conditioner in a car like this, you, the air conditioning works to pump heat out of the inside of the car. The reason it gets cooler in there is the heat that was in the car is removed.
On tires. Hi. And he went and he filled them, and he filled one of the back tires really full, and so it was like the van was tilted. And he came here to check his tires. I said, "Where's your tires? It's really filled up." Like
That's
that.
what crafting
I
moms
turned it
do.
off.
No, it's just battery.
I know. Yeah, that means the battery.
And she whisked it up off the
Oh,
floor and
see, the
put it back in the pot.
battery.
She says, you know,
Cool.
you'll get it in the mail. I need to know your middle initial. And I hope you won't do that either, but I foiled them on that time because
You do it.
I do it.
Thank you.